Good evening, folks. Wally here. Today we're going to be watching episode number 10 of JJK. Crazy that I've been doing this for 10 weeks so far and hope to keep chugging along and share my journey with you guys. So if you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let's yap together. Share it with your friends who might like this as well. And let's jump right into episode number 10.
1の主人公の孫と2の犯人の孫と3で最初に死ぬやつの孫とかがひょんなことからシェアハウスに住むことになったんだけど、そこが幽霊屋敷で霊媒師を呼ぶんだけどって話。
That sounds insane. I feel like this is
でも面白いのがさ、
I feel like this is the fucking Gege doing a movie review.
でも最近使われてなかったからもういいのかなって思って。
You know, it's shit like this that makes me feel like Junpei and Mahito are justified. Which is exactly what this show is trying to manipulate you into. I hope this is one of the guys that died. Like I'm not one for kill a person or bullying. But they kinda also deserve it. Society ain't gonna be better because these dipshits survive. Sadistic assholes. Let's talk about that. So it's the continuation of what the author, what Gege was trying to do with the story from last episode, is to portray that in some ways humanity kind of deserves what they're getting. And we're using Junpei and his plight as a model for that. That we're trying to show that look at how humans themselves are the cause of so much hatred and the creators of so much of curses and of these demonic entities. They're created from the feelings of humans, and it's trying to show us that, or it's trying to trick us almost. It's trying to give us like a sympathetic look into Junpei so that we kind of root for him, and that like, yeah, man, Junpei wrecked these guys. They gotta go, even though they should not. That is not a morally upright thing in any sense of the word, and it's something that Yuji stands against. Even if those guys deserved it, and he's in the opening. This Junpei guy is in the opening. I can see him. So how is this going to resolve? Because currently Junpei is drinking all of the Kool-Aid with Mahito. Idol transfiguration. What do you mean by that? Okay.
これは一人の人間をどこまで大きくできるかの。
Oh. Oh, his powers go far beyond just turning people into demons.
どこまで小さくできるのか試してみた。これが
He turned a guy into a raisin.
順平は死体に慣れてるの？どうでしょう。それが僕の母だったら取り乱し、真人さんを憎んでいたかもしれません。でも僕は人間の醜悪さを知っています。だから他人に何も期待していないし、他人の死に何も思うところはありませんし、
Oh.
無関心こそ人間の行き着くべき美徳です。そんな君が復讐ね。矛盾してるって言いたいんですか？
We're gonna have to talk about this at length at the end.
人に心があると思う？ないんですか？
What do you mean by heart? Like a physical heart or
魂の
emotional heart?
でもそれは心じゃない。じゃあ僕のこの俺はこの世界で唯一魂の構造を理解してる。それに触れることで生物の形を変えているからね。喜怒哀楽はすべて魂の代謝によるものだ。心と呼ぶにはあまりに機械的だよ。
This is a
人は他の
very
ものを特別に考えすぎる。
oh, this
で
is
も
a
僕にとって
we need to
魂とは
pause. This is a very interesting take on the concept of souls because normally when you think of a soul it is an incorporeal thing that that represents you, like the pilot that's using the meat suit that is your body. And naturally from the soul is where you get things like the heart, where your feelings, your emotions reside. And these emotions and feelings are supposed to be something that are not logical, not mechanical, not something that are as a matter of course. They're something that are deeply personal to you and aren't affected by anything else besides what you know and believe. But what he's saying is that the soul itself is a mechanical piece. It's not something esoteric. It's not something that is unexplored. It's just kind of like a miniature version of you, like an Attack on Titan piloting thing kind of deal, where you're inside the nape. That's the soul, and he has the power to mold that soul. And depending on the shape and molding of the soul, is how like it experiences emotions. It's basically saying that emotions and everything else is predetermined by the shape of your soul, which is a constant or something that might shift, but he has the ability to change. So he can literally turn you into a different person, both physically and also emotionally. Like he can completely warp a person. But what's bigger than that is that this is laying down rules for the entire show. This is like groundwork, hard rules for how souls in this world work, which is deeply fascinating because I don't think I've ever heard of souls being referred to in such debasing terms almost. Like they've taken all of the splendor and mystery out of what a soul is and turned it into something that's like another organ in your body. So let's see where this leads. Okay.
は肉体と同じで何も特別じゃない。ただそこにあるだけだ。わかる？命に価値や重さなんてないんだよ。
That is a leap in
水
logic.
のように命もただ巡るだけだ。それは俺も君も同じ。無意味で無価値。
This is a very existential episode.
だからこそ何をしてもいい。どう生きようと自由なんだ。無関心という理想にとらわれてはいけないよ。生き様に一貫性なんて必要ない。お腹が減ったら食べるように憎いなら殺せばいい。俺は純平のすべてを肯定するよ。
This is a massive warping of what existential thought is. Oh, this is a complete reversal of modernity. Nanami is so dead. He's fighting Mahito, this endgame boss ass MF. Mahito's gonna destroy him. But he hasn't done the hair pulling scene yet, so he doesn't die, obviously. Bullseye! It worked. His power actually worked.
受けたよね、重力で。ねえ、あんたはさ、魂と肉体、どっちが先だと思う？ほら、あるでしょ？卵が先か。
That is a very interesting question that I don't think I've ever considered before.
肉体に魂が宿
Body built around the soul. Oh, this is very esoteric. This is very, very esoteric.
答えは後者。いつだって魂は肉体の先にある。肉体の形は魂の形に引っ張られる。自由じゃない。己の魂の形を強く保っているんだ。もう分かったでしょ。俺の術
Is he gonna use that
魂を
miniaturized guy as a throwable? Like,
無意天変。
yeah, he's turning him big.
人間をストックしてるんだ。
That's messed up. That's really messed up.
形変えちゃうとそのうち死んじゃうけど、呪術師はどうかな。教師って学校を卒業して学校を務めるから、およそ社会と呼べるものを経験してないですよね。だからあんたみたいなでかい子供が出来上がるんでしょうね。
Oh,
俺は順平のすべてを肯定するよ。
Junpei is murdering this guy. Oh, you are so dead, sir. あんた何級？一級。強いわけだ。実験体としてはベスト。俺は運がいいね。感謝するよ。 Oh, Nanami.
急にスピードが上がってびっくりした？自分の魂の形だって変えられるんだよ。
He gave himself goat legs.
努力で体を守ることはできても、魂を守ることはしてきてない。第一に己の魂を知覚する。これができなきゃそれは叶わない。でも多少は無意識に魂を呪力で覆っているようだね。そうでなきゃあんたは今頃俺の手駒さ。まああと2、3回触れて人間やめさせてあげる。
Is he gonna... I feel like Nanami's only option is to just run away at this point. Like, this fight is not worth fighting. Mahito is way too overpowered.
こんなもんか。一級術師。よく逃げ回ったけど、いろいろと限界でしょ。
Domain expansion, maybe? Is Nanami gonna use his domain expansion? Or he's just gonna run away?
残念ですが。なんだ。重力が増えていく。ここからは時間外労働です。
Okay. This episode was a very interesting one. For one, there's some action sequences or planning and talking sequences where I didn't feel the need to really say anything because not much was happening. But the parts that do interested me are what we're gonna talk about. So we talk a lot about existentialism and modernity in this episode. We had, Mahito. What Mahito is encouraging is like what he's saying is that life is meaningless, and so we should do what we want, which is that's just modernity in a nutshell. That's what Nietzsche's entire theory is. That's what Sartre's entire theory is that now that we are no longer chained by divine purpose, we can make our own meaning. But what Mahito is doing, he is warping this into making it like life has no meaning, man. So like, it doesn't even matter what you do. Just be a bad guy. Like, who's gonna care? There's nothing greater there. Like, no God to judge your morality. So just do what you want. Eat what you need. You're hungry, eat. You hate somebody, kill them. And that's like a massive bastardization of existentialist thought. But it is something that is something we see quite often these days as well. Is people growing so full of despair that they do start thinking that none of it matters, so I'll just do what I want until I can't. And that is a very dangerous road to go down. And honestly, I think I'm seeing this more and more. I saw this a lot in my own high school, but I think this thought is very pervasive among just students and young adults these days, is that life is meaningless. All of this is just a game. Like we're not gonna get anywhere. We can't even get a house these days. So what's even the point? Let's just be criminals, or let's just be bums, or let's just not do anything and just wait till we die. And that apathy is what this episode was a lot about. Indifference, apathy, and what all of that means, in a world without love. That's Junpei's nihilistic take on the world, is that there is no, like, love is like a word that has lost its meaning and has become something that's very selfish and atomized. In how he said that if you killed my mother, maybe I'd get mad at you. But you just killed some random stranger that I have no connection to, so why should I care? This highly individualized perspective that doesn't think that dehumanizes anybody that you don't necessarily have a connection with is a problem of the modern age. It represents a highly atomized society where we as a collectively have stopped thinking of each other as people. And it's mainly because of how we treat each other and just the influx of information about the horrible things that people do these days, that when we see it, we kind of lose hope in humanity and become extremely indifferent to them. People aren't good. Like the baseline, this is something that Hobbes, I believe, used to say, in opposition to what Locke used to say, is that men are born savage and they need society to chain them down and give them rules and laws to keep those instincts at bay. And what and that's what Junpei is kind of subscribing to, is that humanity in its essence is not worth anything. It is devoid of love. And so therefore, the whole saying of indifference and everything, indifference is how the life should be. You shouldn't love anyone, you shouldn't build those special bonds, because they're gonna get broken because people are untrustworthy. And it says a lot about the writing of this show, that they can do so much with this side character in so little time just through conversations. And I really enjoy it. The action is fine and good and all, but I'm here for this, like, philosophical thematic meat, and I'm really glad that we got to see it. We also got the question of souls, what it means to be a person. Your soul, Mahito has broken your soul down into something that is a mechanical object around which a flesh suit is constructed. It's the height of dehumanization. In his power is the height of dehumanizing someone, taking their soul and turning it into something commonplace, as simple as a finger. That's the soul. And he has the power to warp it. There is no heart, there is no emotional center, there is no feeling. It's all mechanical. And it's all like predetermined almost. Oh, you got that shape of soul, you're gonna be an asshole. That shape of soul, you'll be a nice guy. And like, he's sort of an a depiction of that modern sentiment that is around these days, and that loss in faith in humanity that is quite pervasive in the 21st century. So I'm quite happy with seeing a show tackle some much more modern themes that aren't quite as broad. Like, this is targeting a very specific issue that we see in society. And I think it is trying to do some social commentary on these things. It's obviously trying to say that this kind of mindset is destructive and bad, but it's also demonstrating that it is a natural endpoint to how we as a society treat each other right now. And these jujutsu curses and cursed beings are a product of what we as people have wrought. These are not beings that are extraneous to us, they come from us and from within us. And that's fuel for thought, not just for a show, but in real life, in what this represents. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on this episode and what it means. in a matter of saying. And let me know what you thought about this episode. What were the deep themes that you got from it? I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about it. But until next time, I'll catch you in episode 11. Bye bye.